The air inside Maria's sanitarium was heavy with a mixture of antiseptic and despair, a scent that clung to the walls and crept into every corner. Amy Foster had never felt more out of place as she stood in the dimly lit entrance, her footsteps echoing off the cold linoleum floor. She was here to visit her grandmother, who had been moved to this remote hospital after a sudden decline in her mental health.
As Amy made her way through the labyrinthine corridors, the flickering fluorescent lights seemed to cast eerie shadows that danced along the walls. She could hear distant whispers, indistinguishable murmurs that sent a shiver down her spine. The hospital seemed more like a maze, and she couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching her every move. Amy finally reached her grandmother's room, only to find it empty. Panic gripped her heart as she rushed to the nurse's station to inquire about her whereabouts. The nurse, a stern woman with tired eyes, informed Amy that her grandmother had been taken for a routine procedure and should be back shortly. While waiting, Amy struck up a conversation with another visitor, a man named Daniel, who was there to visit his brother. He shared stories of strange occurrences in the hospital, unexplained noises, patients claiming to see apparitions, and rumors of an abandoned wing that held a dark history. Amy dismissed his tales as mere urban legends, trying to calm her racing thoughts. Days turned into weeks, and Amy's visits became a routine. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss at Maria's sanitarium. One evening, while walking down a deserted corridor, she noticed a door slightly ajar. Curiosity got the better of her, and she pushed it open to reveal a pitch-black hallway. Her phone's flashlight revealed a narrow, dimly lit passage leading to what seemed like an abandoned wing. Amy's heart raced as she stepped inside, the floor creaking beneath her feet. She couldn't believe what she saw. The walls were covered in peeling wallpaper. The air was thick with dust, and the scent of decay lingered in the air. As she explored further, she stumbled upon old patient files that contained disturbing notes of experimental treatments and unspeakable horrors. Whispers seemed to grow louder, echoing through the corridor. She could hear her own name being called, distant and haunting. Panic gripped her as she turned to leave, only to find the doorway she had entered through had disappeared. She was trapped, and the darkness closed in around her. Amy wandered deeper into the abandoned wing, the walls seemingly closing in on her. She stumbled upon a door that led to a small, dimly lit room. Inside, she found a collection of eerie medical equipment and a metal operating table stained with rust and dried blood. A chilling realization struck her. The hospital's dark history was far worse than she had imagined. As she examined the room, she heard a faint whimper from behind another door. With trepidation, she opened it to find a small, decrepit cell. There, huddled in a corner, was a frail and disheveled figure. It was her grandmother, eyes wide with terror, barely recognizable. Amy helped her grandmother out of the cell and led her through the maze-like corridors, desperately searching for an escape route. The whispers grew louder, the shadows more sinister, as if the very walls of the hospital were alive. They encountered other patients along the way, each lost in their own tormented worlds. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Amy and her grandmother stumbled upon an exit, the doors leading them to the outside world. As they stepped into the sunlight, the weight of the hospital's horrors lifted, and they were free from the nightmarish labyrinth. They reported the disturbing discoveries to the authorities, leading to a thorough investigation of Maria's sanitarium. The abandoned wing was sealed off, and the truth about the hospital's dark past began to unravel. It was revealed that experimental procedures and inhumane treatments had taken place there, leaving behind a legacy of pain and suffering. In the aftermath, the hospital was closed down, and its sinister secrets were buried forever. Amy and her grandmother found solace in each other's company, but the echoes of the asylum continued to haunt their nightmares, a chilling reminder of the darkness that once consumed those cold, sterile walls.